What's up, beautiful people? Metahuman Dave here with another update regarding my TRT experiment where I attempt to quit TRT after almost 3 years of being on. So I just finished taking my final shot, and if you watched my previous video where I mentioned that I was going to start coming off of TRT, I have been titrating down over the last few weeks. And I went from an every other day protocol to starting to space my shots out further apart from one another. And with this final week, I only did 2 shots, and both of those shots were very small amounts. And with that being said, I actually feel great. I don't feel like I've been low on my testosterone. I'm down to maybe a half or less than maybe a quarter of what my true regimen has been recently. I think it's more like a quarter of what I've been taking. And I don't feel any worse, which is great. I actually feel still very motivated, very positive, uplifted. My cognitive function is still intact. I don't have the brain fog that I used to have before being on TRT. So I truly do think that the nutrition plan that I've been on has done wonders for my hormones, for my inflammation, for my everything. Just like from top to bottom, I think that it all comes down to the nutrition. And I think that I will not need to go back on TRT anytime soon. And that's what the whole point of this experiment is, right? We're all trying to find out, is it possible to quit TRT after being on it for multiple years? A lot of people say that it can't be done. A lot of doctors say it is a lifetime commitment that you have to be prepared for. And while in the beginning I was prepared for that type of commitment, I wish I knew about this nutritional plan before I went on it, because I might have been able to avoid needing it in the first place. And honestly, it's just not fun having to do shots all the time. So that's what the whole point of this experiment is. And so I was supposed to start my HCG last week as per my plan for this whole experiment. And while I did do a couple of shots, I realized, unfortunately, I did not store my HCG correctly. I was not fully aware that it was supposed to be refrigerated the entire time. And when I looked at the box and I saw what it said, I was like, uh-oh, I've had this HCG for a long time. It's probably bad. Look even further and you notice that it said that it was also expired. So between the two, being expired and not being stored properly, I don't believe I had good HCG, and I did not feel comfortable continuing to inject myself with it. So I had to wait for my replacement HCG to get here. And once I was able to get my HCG, I started. So I've done 1 shot of HCG so far, and I plan to do it every 3rd day until the bottle is gone. So it'll be a full 5,000 IUs of HCG. The whole purpose of the HCG is to help upregulate the testicles so that they know, okay, guys, it's time for us to start producing our own testosterone, since we are no longer getting it from an outside source. With that being said, I'm truly feeling like this is it. I will not need it. Nutrition is all I needed this whole time, and I truly feel great. I want you guys to follow along with me, because we'll find out together. Is this just the honeymoon phase? Is things going to get worse? Are things going to get better? Are they going to stay the same? We don't know. That's the whole point of this experiment. And that's why I want you guys to come along with me, because I know there's so many men that are suffering in silence. Some of you might not have even had the courage yet to look into TRT, because maybe you feel like that means you're less of a man. Don't ever think that. In our society, in our environment, it's really difficult for men to have the testosterone levels that they should have. Obviously, the whole point of this is for me to find out, can I truly change it with just diet alone? But at the very least, men, I hope you guys look into it if you're having symptoms, because I feel like TRT saved my life. I was in a dark, depressed state before going on it, and it really brought me out of it. It helped get my motivation back. It helped me become me again, not the shell of the man I used to be. But I feel so much better over the last 5 or 6 months since changing my nutrition that I hope and I believe I can do this without the TRT. But I don't want you ever to think that I'm against TRT. There might be a time in my life that I need to come back on it, and I'll jump right back on it with no hesitation if that time comes where I do need to get on it again. Then look into TRT. It might save your life, for sure. It might save your life. That being said, I want you guys to follow along if this is something that interests you, and just continue working out, trying to become the best version of yourself, both mentally and physically, uplift others, and raise your frequency. Until the next video, guys, I'm out. Have a great day.